River Rok requires 2 exposures and trowelings in order to sufficiently compact the pebble aggregate into the cement matrix to provide a uniform appearance. Pumping. Although it's not necessary to use a plaster pump, many contractors choose to do so. Included here are some helpful hints for successful pumping. Prepare a slurry and run it through the pump first to prime the pump and lubricate the hoses. Next, pour the River Rok mixture slowly into the pump hopper. Do not pour all the material in at once. Agitate the material in the hopper to prevent separation of the cement and aggregates. Application. Apply a scratch coat to the bowl first. The bowl will set up last, and it will be necessary to walk on the bowl during the exposure process. Beginning with the shady walls and working to the sunny walls, trowel a scratch coat on the walls and allow to set up slightly. The set time will vary according to weather temperature and humidity, so constant inspection of the River Rok finish during the application time is essential. Apply a finish coat to the entire pool surface, working to a minimum of 1/2 inch thickness. Careful troweling will help ensure even exposure, reduce washouts, and produce a comfortable, slip-resistant finish. The technique of slick troweling is recommended. The pebble can be seen through a thin film of cement paste after troweling is complete. Special attention must be given to filling in holes left by shoe spikes. The applicator must be careful to fill in all spike holes with River Rok aggregate to avoid visible blemishes. Extra care must be taken to ensure proper troweling in the coves and corners. Exposure. The exposure time is limited to approximately 1 hour, but will vary according to local conditions. Exposing River Rok too soon or too late will result in uneven exposure. Some areas may be ready for exposure while other areas are still being troweled. Constant inspection of the River Rok for readiness is imperative. We will now go over several successful techniques for River Rok. First, water washing with water wands. This is by far the most effective technique and produces the best results with the River Rok finish. When the River Rok has lost its sheen or is no longer damp, it will be ready for exposure with water wands, or soft bristle brushes and water. The material must be sufficiently set up to allow applicators to walk on the floor without leaving footprints. Wear white cotton socks or foam shoes when exposing River Rok. Boots and bare feet are not recommended. Test the River Rok for readiness by carefully washing a small area with a water wand. If the cream washes away without losing pebble, the exposure process may begin. Starting with sunny or fast-setting areas, begin washing away cement paste with the water wand. Examine the River Rok for hot spots that may be setting quickly. Mist these areas with water to allow longer exposure time. Over-cured cement paste will not remove easily and may require stiff bristle brushes to remove. Avoid slow-setting areas like shady walls and the bowl. Washing too soon in these areas will cause washouts. If an area washes out, it must be re-troweled immediately. Keep some extra River Rok mixed up for use in patching washout areas. Keep excess material in a cool and shady place. Keep a sump pump running in the main drain at all times to discharge the wash solution. Dispose of wash as directed by local codes and requirements. Avoid leaving hoses, buckets, or any other items on the River Rok finish during exposure, as this will result in visual blemishes. When all of the cement paste has been removed from the surface uniformly, the water wash phase is complete. Second, troweling. Begin re-troweling the entire surface area using the same methods as in the first troweling. Again, use the technique of slick troweling by bringing the cement paste to the surface during troweling and removing it with the trowel. This produces a slick surface and minimizes the exposure needed. The pebble can be seen through a thin film of cement paste after troweling is complete. Pay special attention to shoe spike or knee board holes. Troweling the cement cream or paste into these holes will only result in the spike holes having no pebbles and will appear to be a visible defect in the finish. Make certain that both the pebble and cement paste are troweled in to fill all spike holes. Extra care must be taken to ensure proper troweling in the coves and corners. Insufficient troweling in these areas will result in roughness and washouts, loss of cement and aggregate, during the exposure process. Second water washing. When the River Rok has again lost its sheen or is no longer damp, it will be ready for the second exposure with water wands, soft bristle brushes, and water. Remember, the River Rok must be sufficiently set up to allow applicators to walk on the floor without leaving footprints. Wear white cotton socks or foam shoes when exposing River Rok. Boots and bare feet are not recommended. Test the River Rok for readiness by carefully washing a small area with a water wand. If the cream washes away without losing pebble, the exposure process may begin. Starting with the sunny or fast-setting areas, begin washing away cement paste with the water wand. Examine the River Rok for hot spots that may be setting quickly. Mist these areas with water to allow longer exposure time. Treat slow-setting areas and washouts the same as in the first water wash. Dispose of wash as directed by local codes and requirements. Acid washing. This technique is commonly used in cold climates or when the applicators lack sufficient experience to undertake water washing. It's easier to do but can produce a less uniform finish. After troweling, allow the River Rok to fully set up. This may take anywhere from 1 to a few hours or overnight. Begin acid washing by using a 25% solution of muriatic acid, higher concentrations may be needed for stubborn areas, and water to remove the cement film that may remain on the surface. Increase the concentration of the acid solution as needed. Proper safety equipment must be worn at all times. Begin washing the bowl first and work up to the shallow end. Acid wash walls and steps last. Do not allow acid wash solution to puddle in the bowl area. Use a sump pump to constantly discard the runoff after it's diluted and neutralized. The use of an acid wash additive to reduce fumes and ensure uniform coverage is highly recommended. Neutralize and discard the wash solution according to local code requirements. Neutralize acid remaining on the River Rok with a solution of soda ash and water to avoid etching. Startup and water balance. After the finish is exposed, let it air dry for as long as conditions will allow. Delaying the fill water a few hours or until the next morning will reduce the occurrence of shade variations or mottling. Care must be taken not to overdry the River Rok and cause shrinkage cracking. There are no substitutes for experience and knowledge of local conditions in determining how long to let River Rok air dry. Pre-filter the water with a carbon tank and use a sequestering agent to eliminate stain-causing contaminants. Start the circulation system as soon as possible using the main drain line. Do not start the system until the water level is above the return inlets. Circulate the pool continuously for the first 3 days. On the first day, test and record chlorine, pH, total alkalinity, calcium hardness, and temperature levels. Adjust pH to 7.2 to 7.4 and the total alkalinity to 100 ppm. Dissolve all chemicals in water first and allow sufficient time for each chemical to be fully dispersed before adding others. Do not add chlorine or calcium chloride. Brush the entire surface twice each day for the first 3 days. Clean the filter as needed. On the second day, record water testing and levels. Adjust pH to 7.2 to 7.4 and the total alkalinity to 100 ppm. On the third day, adjust all the chemistry to the noted levels. Free chlorine, 1.0 to 3.0 ppm. pH, 7.4 to 7.6. Total alkalinity, 90 to 120 ppm. Calcium hardness, 200 to 400 ppm. Stabilizer, 30 to 90 ppm. Maintenance. Lower calcium levels help to reduce scale and discoloration. Adjust the pump timer to normal operating hours. Do not install automatic pool cleaners for 28 days. Do not vacuum the pool with a wheeled vacuum for 14 days to avoid leaving wheel marks. Brush-type vacuums may be used immediately. Brush pool walls and floor daily for the first 2 weeks. When you see this SGM Gold Seal, you can rest assured that you're using the highest quality product available today that is supported by our warranty program. It's a sign of our commitment to achieve the highest quality standards in all our swimming pools and spas. SGM, your single-source manufacturer of installation systems for swimming pools, spas, and deck finishes. By following these steps in this video, you can protect and extend the beauty of every pool you install. Win referrals. Add to your revenues. Enhance reputation. Add to your professional image. No matter what the surface, SGM is a solid foundation you can build on. For more information about SGM, Diamond Bright, River Rok, or Durazo, call 1-800-641-9247 or contact your local swimming pool professional.